I'm so stupid.
I don't like myself. Now just look at me.
Maybe if
so
I was
ugly.
friends with those people, maybe
I'm
just
the most stupid
maybe.
person. I really don't know
Maybe
why,
I'd be more
but
famous.
I don't
Maybe
like
people would
myself.
like me.
I
I feel if I get an A minus, I just don't like myself. I hate looking at myself on the mirror. Welcome back to Cynthia Untamed. This is your youthful and educational platform where we have conversations with and about children and youth in Africa. Let's have a deep conversation about self-esteem. The more I interact with young people, the more I realize that a lot of us young people are going through low self-esteem. And I want to tell you that if you have low self-esteem at this point, or if you've ever had low self-esteem at any point in your life, you are enough. So don't feel bad. Just know that you can start living your best life right now. So I'll take you through a little journey as I share a little bit of tips that can help you to grow your self-esteem. You need to love yourself before anybody else does. We need to start looking at the things that define our lives. Is it because we have a big car at our home? Is it because we have a big house compared to some of my peers? What are the things that define how you feel about yourself? And I want to tell you that self-esteem really should come from the inside of your heart. Growing up, I felt like me being me and all that I was the grades that I was scoring in class. I am a very brilliant student, that is for sure. I am very hardworking, that is also for sure. And for a long time, being at the top of my class is what defined me. But deep within, I did not feel beautiful enough. I did not feel wanted in my class or in my environment. And that really contributed to a lot of my self-esteem issues. Now, when I went to high school, I was in Naivasha Girls, where I was still doing well. Then I moved to Alliance, and Alliance is very competitive, and my grades dropped. And let me tell you, that is when my self-esteem issues caught up with me, because I was no longer doing well in class, and that is the only thing that defined me. So I think we also need to sit down and look at the things that define us as individuals. Is it because we are number one in our class? Is it because our parents are famous? Is it there are many things that define us as individuals. So you really need to understand what really makes you feel that you are enough. And I want you to know that you need to feel enough from the inside of your heart and your mind before you start looking at all these external things. The next thing you need to look at when it comes to self-esteem is to look at your circle. What circle are you trying to identify yourself with? Is it that circle that defines how you feel about yourself? I know for many young people, it's being the most popular girl or boy in school. That is what defines you. It's being a captain or a prefect or a monitor. That is what defines you. It's coming from the richest family during visiting days. It's your parents who come with the biggest car. That is what defines you. But when you go to sleep, you really have issues because you feel that in that circle you really don't belong. It's like you're an imposter. So also try and see, why do I belong to this particular circle of friends? Why do I belong to this particular circle of colleagues? Why do I belong in this circle? Because trust me, you are equal to the 5 people you spend your time with. That is for sure. I really think it's also important for parents to impart positive messages into the lives of their children. You, as the life giver of that child, should be the first person who assures that child that they are loved, that they are wanted, that they are important, that they are valuable, that they are enough. Because you see, if you are a parent who grew up with low self-esteem and you're the same parent who tells your child you are stupid, you are careless, you are useless, trust me, your child will always feel like that. Now, when we move from the parents, we also need to talk about the teachers. When I was in primary school, I remember a teacher said made a very mean comment to a deskmate of mine, and they said that this child had nothing in their head except porridge and human fecal waste. Can you imagine? And I remember that this teacher really used to say a lot of mean words to a lot of students in that class. And so I'd like to encourage teachers to also be influential in the lives of children, and positively. Stop saying very mean words to children just because you are a figure of authority and just because you are a teacher. You do not know what that child is going through when they are in the house. You don't know if they're coming from an abusive home, and you are the person who is here now also making them feel bad about themselves. And I'm not saying that teachers should not impart discipline to teach to the students in the school, but I think that there are ways that teachers can do them with positivity and with a lot of encouragement, and then with a lot of love and patience. As you look at your self-esteem, also look at the kind of content that you consume, the books you read, the newspaper stories you focus on, the social media trends you look at. What is it that you are consuming? The music that you listen to. All these things really come to define the person that you are. If you have not seen my video on the types of music that can really encourage you, please do make sure that you do. Yes, so let me get back to the content that you consume. It is really important, because right now in the generation that we have, we are really exposed to social media. You go online and you see this celebrity has a very nice dress. They've posted it there, they're looking all nice and fabulous, and you start feeling, oh my god, I can never be like them. I can never have hair like theirs. I can never have skin like theirs. I can never have a life like theirs, a marriage like theirs. And then guess what's going to happen? You're going to feel sorry and miserable for yourself, and you don't even know if this celebrity is going through a hard time behind that picture. Probably even that photo is a sponsored photo. Probably they've been paid to post that picture, and you are feeling bad about your own life. So also be careful about the content that you consume. When you go online, don't stay there for too long. Look at things, post things, have conversations, then log out and start doing things in the real world. When we also talk about self-esteem, it's important to look at the words that we tell people, because sometimes you who is watching right now could be the reason that someone else has low self-esteem. You're the same person who tells someone that they are immature, that if they die nobody will care, that they are too fat, too thin, too short, too poor, too insignificant, too. And it's really as a result of the things that you feel about yourself. And let me tell you, I don't think there's anyone who says bad things to other people and goes away feeling good. If really you do feel good after putting someone down, then really there's something wrong with you, to be honest. So also be careful about the words and the things and the actions that you do to other people, because to be honest, these things, they tend to come back to you and they make you even feel worse about yourself. And would you believe that one day you tell someone like that, and then one day you find that they've succeeded in life, they've found their space in life, they've become successful, they've become influential, and then it hits you, oh my god, I was not good to this person. You know, you're going to feel worse about yourself, and you'll have even worse self-esteem issues. So don't be the reason that someone else is driven to the wall because of how they look or whatever it is that they are going through. I think self-esteem is something that really you build over time. It's not something that you wake up and say, now today I have high self-esteem. It really is something that you build about yourself. I meet people who tell me that I'm very confident on camera, for example, but this is something that I have really had to build over a period of time, constantly telling myself that I can do this, I am enough. I have to wake up and tell myself, today I will succeed, today I will do great things, I am great. And I'm not telling you to tell yourself that you are a tiger. I know all those expressions, but really you are the result of what you tell yourself. And let me tell you, it takes time, and everybody has insecurities. It is what you do with those insecurities that matters. Let's also think about the things that we tell people to tell us about ourselves. So for example, if I keep saying I am ugly, I am ugly, you know what's going to happen? People will start telling you, I am ugly, I am ugly, you are ugly, you are ugly. You know the way you can be in this space, this big space, then you shout and there's an echo? You are the result of sometimes of what you tell people to tell you about yourself. The more you are confident about yourself, the more people will say you are confident. And this is something that I noticed. The more I kept saying I am confident, I am good in communication, I am social, I am a good person, that's when people started coming and telling me the same thing. And it is so important then to tell people to tell you the right things about yourself. Don't be out there saying, look at me, I'm so stupid, because you know what will happen? People will come and tell you, yeah, for sure you're stupid. But if you say you're smart, people for sure will come and tell you you are smart. I keep talking about the importance of having God in your life. Whatever religion you come from and whatever God you believe in, there is that person who's always watching over you. And I want you to understand that your life has meaning. When you are looking at your self-esteem and building it up, you need to remember that there is a God who has a reason for you. And let me tell you, be patient, be humble in the process. And humility does not mean you look poor. No, humility is a state of mind, guys. It is a state of mind. It is the things you do, how you treat people. That is humility. So don't say just because you're driving a big car, you're not humble. Who said if you have money, you can't drive a big car? What kind of logic is that? Anyway, so like I said, believe in the God who believes in you more than anything. You can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. There's also something about how you dress that influences how you feel about yourself. Because if you're dressed nicely, if you are smart, you're looking nice, your hair is done really well, your nails are looking nice, you're wearing that sharp suit, you feel confident even as you're walking in the street or you're walking wherever you're walking to. So also look at how you dress yourself, and everybody has their own individual style. For example, I like very flowery things. I like dresses and skettery stuff and flowery stuff. That is my personal style. Someone else loves power suits. It really just depends on what do whatever you want to do, and make sure you feel confident about how you dress, because then that also reflects about how you feel on the inside. One thing that you also need to learn is the art of closing your ears. When people tell you you are dumb, you are not enough, you do not belong, close your ears. Put your head down and keep working. Work for you, because let me tell you, the results will start showing. When you start succeeding, they'll be like, oh my goodness, is that the same girl? That's the same girl. Let me tell you, this will be the same people who will be coming to tell you how great you are. So close your ears, put your head down, put in the work. Start accepting rejections and failures in your life. The more you accept these rejections and failures, the easier it is for you to rise. The other day, I just shared on my LinkedIn how I have applied for the Chevening Scholarship. I have applied for Women Deliver Young Leaders Program, McKinsey Women Leaders Program, and I have not been accepted to any of this. But you know what I told myself? I know I gave my best application yet. So the more you accept rejection with grace, the easier it is for you to keep moving and to apply for something else. Don't stop putting yourself out there. Don't let that failure or that rejection be the definition of you. Just because you are rejected for a prestigious opportunity does not mean that you are not enough. It only means that that opportunity was either not meant for you, it was meant for someone else, or it means you are being redirected to something else, or alternatively, it is not the right time. Probably you will apply for it years later or sometime later, and you will get it. When you are ready for it, it will be yours, and sometimes it just isn't yours. So also accept that rejection is really redirection for you to grow and to nurture your leadership skills. Let me give an example. I've just finished the Young African Leadership Initiative program recently, and do you know I had applied for it over, I think, like 5 times. I was always rejected. I was interviewed twice and I was still rejected. And you know, it got to a point I stopped applying, because I kept asking myself, is it that the work I'm doing is not important? But you know, when I was accepted for the training this year, I was able to, through my community service, I was able to train a group of 18 young people in collaboration with 4 other speakers on how to use digital spaces for social good. If I had gotten this opportunity 2-3 years ago, I would never have thought of it. Trust me, if they had told me to do community service, I know I would have gone into the community to, fundraise for books or fundraise for sanitary towels. I would have done that, which is okay. But I look at it right now and I could see that it was really aligned to what I am doing right now. And that was really so important. So sometimes it is also, the rejection also helps you to think about things differently. Thank you for watching this episode of Cynthia Untamed. This is your youthful and educational platform. Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Tweet me at Cynthia_Oprah. Follow me on Instagram at CynthiaOprah_Nyongesa. Check out my digital platform where I amplify the stories of young Africans who are positively impacting their communities. CynthiaUntamed.com is the page to go to. And don't forget to subscribe. I ask you again, don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, bye-bye.